Welcome back, everyone, to the Emperor Atheist channel with your host, Emperor Atheist. Uh, this video today is basically about how technology is killing religion, and this it only makes sense, when we look at uh, how humans have basically progressed with technology. And there's a couple of sites, man. Actually, research analysis has been done on these things. A lot of different surveys been done, and I'm going to leave most of them in the link, of course. But first, before I even get off into it, man, thanks for my new subscribers. Thanks to all my old subscribers. Thanks for everyone who's been sharing my videos, my Patreons. Thanks for all the support that I've been getting here on this platform. Even on all my social media platforms, especially here on YouTube. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah, there are a lot of surveys been done to basically show where people, even our mothers and fathers and grandparents who held a lot of values in religion. Well, generations, things are changing now, and the reason our people, our ancestors, had a lot of value in religion because that's all they knew. That's all they could think of is afterlife, or something to be better than the life they were living now. But now surveys and research is showing that people are basically seeing a higher value in life through science and technology. So Jesus and Muhammad and all of these other religions is just not doing it for the new generation, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing. We knew eventually that science and technology is basically going to bear religion, but it's probably not going to happen in our time. But it's going to happen, like Victor Stenger said, like Lawrence Krauss has been saying. Religion is basically going to be buried by technology, and I hope a lot of you just don't be left behind, or don't allow your children to be sucked in to these false things and these myths. Allow them to be open-minded and to learn things. But this particular survey, I'm going to hit on it. It's called "To Be Happier, Pray at the Altar of Progress and Put Your Faith in Technology." And there's a lot of other surveys have been done. But I just want to read this one particular part. It says the researchers surveyed, and I just went down in the middle. It starts off talking about religion, da 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 da. It says that science now is basically satisfying the secular deeply, says social psychologist from the University of Cologne, Germany. In fact, praying at the altar of technology provides more powerful benefits to devotees of progress than the traditional God against the faithful. Then it goes on to say, which is very true, I totally agree. Then it goes on to say the researchers surveyed 1,500 people in the Netherlands about their values, religiosity, personality traits, beliefs about progress, rating the resonance of statements like science and technology are making our lives healthier, easier, and more comfortable, sense of personal control and life satisfaction. Based on the survey responses, the researchers concluded that both belief in scientific technological progress and religiosity were associated with higher life satisfaction. Yet, trust in progress made people feel significantly better than religion did, providing a far stronger sense of personal control. Then it goes on to say, after analyzing these results, the researchers also compared across cultures using data from the World Values Survey, which asks about satisfaction, religion, and belief in progress in 72 countries. Religious belief was evaluated generally without distinguishing between the faiths. They found a correlation between a belief in scientific technological progress and life satisfaction was positive and significant in 69 of the 72 countries. Only in 28 countries did religiosity correlate positively with satisfaction at all. Now, and this is a long, it goes on about these are professional psychologists, experts in this particular field who've done these surveys. These are not fake surveys. I actually went and made sure I looked at these surveys from this particular site, and I'm going to leave all of this in the video. But basically, this is showing that religion is losing on all fronts. I always talk about the debate fronts, philosophical fronts. And atheists always ask about empirical evidence. Well, they know they're losing in that front. This is why you have Christian apologetics trying their best to save basically their money franchise, because the more and more people wake up to the BS of religion, to the mythology and the false ideas of religion, then of course basically it hits the pockets of this big tax-free conglomerate called religion, especially Christianity within this country. So this is very important, and this is why debates have gotten so big within the last 15, 20 years. you know, with everyone on both sides: William Lane Craig, John Lennox, Christopher Hitchens, Sam Harris, and so on and so on, Dan Barker, Peter Millick, and all of these different people are trying to save Christianity. And this is why it is very important for a need for us to continue to battle the nonsense. Even though we know it's nonsense, we know it's illogical, we know it's incoherent, we know these arguments, these philosophical arguments that they use, as I always say, are incoherent or inconsistent with logic, even though they say they are logical, but they're not. And it's just a case of when, basically, when. And what do I mean by it's just a case of when? Basically, as time progressed, if we could go back 200-300 years, we know that religion was looked at more truth. It was looked at in a different way. Even the Christians themselves interpreted things more literal than they do now. The reason they don't, a lot of Christian apologists and Bible people, besides young earth creationists, who are the worst of the worst, the reason that majority of Christian scholars and Christian apologists don't view the Bible as they used to 100, 200 years ago, because science has basically wrecked them, has basically made them go back and reinterpret their scriptures to try to fit a solution that science has found. And this has been the case for the last 500, 600, 700 years. Science has been burying religion century at a time, day by day, every day. It's getting worse and worse for religion and for people to intelligently believe in nonsense like the Bible. So I'm going to leave these links in the video. It just shows that technology and science is winning, it's going to keep winning. Science hasn't lost a battle with Christianity or religion or Islam yet. So what makes people think they're going to lose one? So, you know, when Christians try to hang on to that last hope, well, you know, the absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Yes, it is. It is. It really is. Logically, it is. It may not be the absence of proof, but I have to quote Victor Stenger, the great physicist, who said that evidence that should be there shouldn't be absent at all. In other words, you're talking about a great, all-knowing God, all-powerful God, who obviously was intricate, was around people in the Bible, Moses, and talking to all of these people, and these people knew that this God was there. He was even fighting battles with them. It was obvious that this God existed, so that was evidence according to these Bible stories. So there's no way that a creator like that, who was so involved in human history according to these holy books, not just the Bible, the Quran, the Rig Vedas, and all of these books where even Native American traditions, these gods were active, not inactive, but active in human affairs. So why wouldn't the evidence of science be there? Since you're making this basically what I'm saying, God is much more than just an epistemic assertion. It's a scientific assertion, because the things you're saying that this God did then are scientifically. You're saying that God created everything that we see within physics, within science, gravity, electromagnetic waves, everything that you're saying, that the reason that we exist, the four forces of the universe, the weak force, the strong force. You're saying that this God is behind us. Now Christian scholars and biblical scholars are saying that God was even behind the Big Bang. So they wouldn't even thought about a Big Bang 200-300 years ago. Not in the least bit. But since they understand that the book of Genesis and the way that it talks about this firmament or this rakia, then they know that these things are so falsified now that they had to, like I said, they had to go back and reinterpret these scriptures. So then they had to start agreeing, well, yeah, we do have evidence for the Big Bang. Well, let's just say, okay, well, God did that too. God started the Big Bang too. So this is basically what's been happening, what's going to keep happening until science and technology buries religion for good. And I'm sure we won't see that, but it's going to happen. Believe me, it's going to happen. Like I said, I'm going to leave these links in the video. Once again, man, thanks for everybody watching. Science and technology is winning. It's going to continue to win. These debates are going to continue just to be debates. Most of them are going to be circular arguments. These Christian apologists, I'm not even talking about these YouTube Christians, because they don't know much. They don't know nothing. I'm talking about the big scholars, you know, the so-called Frank Turek's and the William Lane Craig's and the John Lennox. They're going to continue to fight until they're dead, because this is what they have to do. They have to do this for their institution. So we're going to keep hearing these same rhetorical circular arguments, stupid philosophical arguments that really don't have a leg to stand on. So just you know, put on your seatbelt for that BS. But once again, I am the Emperor Atheist. Thanks for watching. I am out. Peace.